The honourable member for Airdrie Cochrane has a question.
Mr. Speaker, Canada's energy industry is a major contributor to not only Alberta's, but to Canada's prosperity, with over $360 billion in revenues paid to provinces and the federal government from 2000 to 2018. This is an incredible amount of revenue, and we need to acknowledge the importance of our energy sector to the Canadian economy. Investing in the KXL pipeline is as important to Canada as it is to Alberta. To the Minister of Energy, has your department calculated the potential economic benefit of Keystone XL to both Alberta and the country as a whole?
The Minister of Energy.
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker, and thank you to the member for that question. Keystone XL, the construction of it will create 15,000 jobs across Canada. 7,000 of those will be here in Alberta. And most importantly, it'll give us $30 billion of revenue in royalties to this province. It'll bring in tens of millions of dollars in municipal property taxes to municipalities that are struggling now. It'll be a $2.4 billion boost to the GDP of Canada. The boost to small communities along the right-of-way will be incredible, and it's much needed during this economic downturn.
The honourable member for Airdrie Cochrane.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and thank you, Minister. Given that Enercan's own website states the Canadian energy industry contributed approximately 832,000 direct and indirect jobs across this country in 2018. And given this includes 144,000 direct jobs in Alberta, with thousands of First Nations people sharing in the prosperity. To the Minister of Energy, what potential job creation is expected with this pipeline, and what kind of benefits can Albertans expect upon completion?
The Honourable Minister of Energy.
Well, thank you. Thank you again for that question. Jobs are desperately needed in this province right now as we go through the economic downturn with the impact of COVID-19 and the drop in prices. This project, Keystone XL, is under construction now. It'll create 7,000 jobs here in Alberta, much needed jobs in communities that are desperately needing those jobs. There's shovels in the ground now. There couldn't be a more important time to start construction of a project like this than now, and it's happening because of our government's investment.
The honourable member.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and thank you again, Minister. Given that KXL pipeline gives us substantial access to heavy refineries in the American Gulf, and given we still need a deep water port to the west of Alberta, and given Trans Mountain is a shallow water port, is the Minister of Energy considering any other options to ensure Canada has the energy security and independence it needs moving forward?
The Honourable Minister.
Well, thank you for that question. And KXL will bring 830,000 barrels of Alberta oil into the Gulf of Mexico. This is important because the Gulf of Mexico takes heavy crude, which Alberta supplies. The only other places the Gulf of Mexico could get heavy crude from is Venezuela and Mexico. This is an important project, can reach new markets. You can export out of the Gulf of Mexico. In addition to that, we have TMX pipeline under construction to the West Coast, which will open markets and get new product to Asia. Mr. Speaker, we will support any option to get egress and access for our pipelines.